Good morning, guys. It's Tuesday, May the 12th. We are looking at reading for our core subject today. Please remember to check the class story before this post that talks about specials for music. You need to watch Ms. Nippert's video and then try out a music read aloud. I think it's called A Really Awful Musicians. And I'll be in my Google Meet today at 11 o'clock only. I have been assigned this afternoon to go up to the school and clean up my room. So I'll be doing that and I won't be on at 3. And so let's get started. We're going to be reading a story called Joaquin's Zoo. We're going to look at making connections. This is the question that I would always ask you guys when we were doing our DRA. Can you make any connections? So let's look at our anchor chart. When you read, find ways that the text is like things in your own life and other texts you have read. Okay, it all starts here. So if you can make a text to self connection, that means that it reminds you of something that you did, right? If you can make a text to text connection, that means it reminds you of another book or story that you read. If you can make a text to world connection, it means that it reminds you of something that happened in your community, your state, your country. Okay, that's a text to world connection. So next year, when your second grade teacher asks you for, when you're doing your DRA in September or maybe August, sorry, and she asks or he asks you, can you make any connections to this story? Don't say no. Think about a story you read that's like it, something that you did over the summer that's like it, something that you heard about on TV, in the news that's like that story, and that would be a connection. Organizer is going to be uploaded. Please don't fill it out. It's just to help you think about connections that you can make in the text. Okay, so in the text, let's say we were reading Invisible String that Miss Duke read in story time last week, and you may in the text it said that the string was connected to the parent or the mom or whatever. That reminds me of a Mother's Day gift that I made for my mom with string or something like that, right? So just think about connections that you can make throughout the text as we read Joaquin's Zoo. Okay, let's take a look at our vocabulary. Build. Build. To build is to make something by putting parts together. We will build a table out of boxes. B-U-I-L-D, build. Scraps. Scraps. Scraps are pieces or parts of something. We use scraps of shirts to make a quilt. Scraps. S-C-R-A-P-S. Scraps. Company. Company. When you have company, you have a group of people or guests together. We had company visit last winter. Okay, we also know this is a multiple meaning word. You can own a company, right, like a business. But in this story, this is the definition for it. Sorry. C-O-M-P-A-N-Y, company. Please make sure you're paying attention to words that I read. So when you get ready to spell something that has the "ny" at the end of a word, you're going to spell it N-Y, right? Or any, company, okay? Neat. Neat. Neat is not messy. It is also called tidy, clean, or in order. Is your room neat or messy? Neat. N-E-A-T. Neat. There's that long E. Long E sound spelled E-A. Remember that? Golden. Golden. Golden is a gold color. The lion looked golden like his crown. Golden. G-O-L-D-E-N. Golden. So when you hear the N at the end of a word, it's E-N. Most times. Usually. Usually. Usually means it happens most of the time. Normally. We usually go to bed at 8:30 on school nights. Usually. U-S-U-A-L-L-Y. There's that Lee. L-Y at the end of a word. Mood, mood, mood. Mood is how you feel. We were in a happy mood when we saw our teacher. Mood, M-O-O-D. There's that ooh sound in the middle of a word, O-O. Unruly, unruly. Unruly means you cannot control it. The kittens were unruly when we left them in the room alone. My hair was unruly when I didn't brush it. Unruly. U-N-R-U-L-Y. Unruly. And our last word before we read our story, invent. Invent. To invent is to make or create something new. I want to invent a machine to clean my room. Oh, I would love that one. Invent. I-N-V-E-N-T. Invent. Okay, so those are our vocabulary words. And remember, guys, we always preview the vocabulary just so it might be some words in there we've never seen before that are not really first grade words. And so we just want to make sure we know what they are. So when we read the story, we can understand what we're reading. So as we go through Joaquin Zoo, listen for and think about connections that you can make, and then we will watch our high frequency video, high frequency word phrases video. This will be set 1. Be really good for you guys since we're not doing our high frequency word list these last 2 weeks of school. Okay, let's go ahead and read Joaquin Zoo by Pablo Bernasconi. Joaquin is a clever boy. One day, he woke up and had a great idea. Today, I'm going to build something, he thought. I'll use scraps to make 10 animals to keep me company. Joaquin spent day and night in his shop. After a lot of hard work, he finished all the animals. He built a hippo out of a cheese grater. I don't know if y'all still have those. We had one when I was growing up. Even though he eats all day, he never gains any weight. A feather duster and 2 twigs, those are sticks, make up this silly guy. He has messy hair and he isn't very neat. Enrique the mouse calls from an old phone. He goes ring when he laughs. You can hear his sound from far, far away. This lion with a golden mane is named Theodoro. He is very tame. In this jungle, he is king. He's made up of veggies. No one knows his real name, so he's called Mr. Avocado. His feet are very fragile. I mean, they could eat, right, guys? This alarm clock is made from a clock and a horn. It sings in the morning like an early rising rooster. Bartolo the rabbit is made from a lamp and 2 wheels. He's usually in a bad mood, so he's always alone. I don't want to get around in a bad mood, do we? Berulana the bird is round and very light. He's black as night, so you can't see him when he flies through the dark. This elephant has a French horn for a trunk. He's loud when he sings, and I won't even tell you how loud he is when he snores. A king worked and worked to put together this trap. He used a crane to finish it and a ladder to comb its unruly hair. Joaquin is happy when he finishes. He has 10 new friends in his garden. His dream of inventing has come true. Now they all live together under the same roof. Okay, if you think about it, we can do a text-to-text connection really quickly. We can make a connection between Joaquin in Joaquin Zoo and Marisol in Sky Color. How is what he does different from what Marisol does? So we know that Marisol, she had a dream. She wanted to come up with a sky color, right? And her dream, she swirled all the colors together and she made her dream come true when she painted the mural with the sky, with the fish, in the library. She did the sky color, right? And then Joaquin, he had a dream. He wanted to invent all these animals to live together so that he could have some friends. And his dream came true because he came up with some different ideas to build his animals using scraps, right? So they both were very creative. They had a dream. They wanted to do something and they got it done. Okay, so that's a text to text connection. We can connect what happened in Sky Color to something that happened in Joaquin Zoo. So now you're going to take the Joaquin Zoo selection quiz. So I have added Joaquin Zoo. If you need to reread the story, it is an assignment. And then your selection quiz for Joaquin Zoo is an assignment as well. If you need help with the quiz, guys, don't call your parents over. Just click on the triangle to play the quiz words, and it will read the question and the answer choices to you. And it's taking a minute to load up, so we won't see that. But just know that I read the story. If you want to reread the story, remember you hit the audio button, and it will read the story to you, and then you can have the quiz read to you as well. So the work that you have that will be graded is the selection quiz on HMH. Grade for the week, and then this prompt will be your writing grade for the week. A lot of time you did something like Joaquin. What did you make or invent? Materials did you use? You can add a picture if you would like. You don't have to. So one day I made or one day I invented a, right? And then talk about what you made or what you invented, okay? So one day I made a fort with my daughter. We used a clothes basket because for some reason she likes sitting in there. We used a clothes basket, we used pillows, we used blankets, and we used our curtains for the roof. I really enjoyed making the fort, and we pretended that we lived in a castle. Okay, so that sounded like about 3 to 4 sentences about a time I did something like Joaquin, if I made or invented something, and the materials that I used. Please make sure you have a capital letter. See, this O is capitalized. One day I made a whatever you made, period. That's why you made it. That would be another sentence. That's 2 sentences. Then tell us, sorry, then tell us the materials you used. I used this. You could put a period or a comma and keep telling all the materials that you needed. You should at least come up with 3 to 4 sentences. Okay? Now the quiz is working. So when you hit go, this is what the right here will play the sound you. So you can hear the answer choice. So we went over everything. So you are not, repeat and tell your parents, you are not turning in the Make Connections graphic organizer. You're just going to think about ways that it reminded you of something. It reminded you of do your selection quiz. This is your reading grade. And do your writing prompt. This is your writing grade. Then make sure you do Imagine Math and Imagine Language Learning and Literacy today. If you have not done your iStation assignments from last week, go ahead and get those completed. That will be our last set. I am still trying to see if you will have access to these programs in Ready Hub during the summer. So I'll let you know about that. And then I will post on Friday, I believe, your schedule for when you can turn in your library books, and if you have anything else that belongs to the school, like if you're in the special education program or the dyslexia program and any of the teachers gave you books or things that they wanted back, you can bring those as well. This is not a technology turn-in, guys. This is library books and teacher textbooks or teacher books that you were allowed. A wonderful Tuesday. It's a little rainy outside, and I'm sorry for the fan in the background. My air is out. All right, guys, I love you. I miss you, and I will talk to you later.